Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Dobby.
And I'm Christian.
And this is As the Ice Breaks. So before we start today's show, we do want to tell you about something we did set up recently. We have a Patreon page now. What that is essentially is it's a donation page if you guys want to be able to donate to us. But instead of just, donating money and stuff like that, you guys can also gain rewards and different perks and benefits and stuff like that. So we have 4 different tiers ranging from different things such as being able to come on and film with us at the highest tier to just being able to get a video released one day early, which is this show, by the way.
It will be this, and I'm assuming once we introduce some other shows later on down the road, we'll kind of incorporate those into the tier list
as well. It's going to be an ever-changing process as far as that goes. But again, you can also get technically free merch at tier 4 subscription, to where every 3 months you'll get a new merchandise and a new different item, things like that. So link will be in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. Let's get into the episode.
Okay.
So today, guys, we have another topic. Today we're talking about theme parks. And, as far as theme parks go, we all start out on a minor level, I feel like. Your local fairgrounds, your local amusement rides and things like that they bring to your town. That's annually.
Firefighters Fair is the greatest fair of all time. Goated. I don't want to hear debates in the comments. If someone's going to leave a comment, don't even mention anything but the Firefighters Fair. Thank you.
It's okay.
No, it's the best.
That's probably the only...
You had a funnel cake there? Or the long corn dog?
What difference would a funnel cake or a corn dog be at any other fair?
Because it's not from Vero. But doesn't seem like you have loyalty. Sorry, no one wants to hear about Miami. The fairs they have there.
Anyway, so that's where everybody, initially as kids...
Big fat loser.
That's where we all get our, introduction to rides, roller coasters, and stuff like that as our local fairground and stuff like that. So,
can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
I don't want to say this too. This is another PSA, and this is speaking on fairs. I don't trust fair rides. I can finally say that.
Why?
Don't trust them. Think they're going to fall apart while you're on them.
Why?
Don't know. Just think they might be built by carnies.
Okay.
I don't know who makes those rides.
Anyway,
it's not like when you.
Who cares? Who cares this much?
But because fairs are important. They're an important part of a local city culture.
Christian, I don't go to a fairground or something like that, and I'm like, man, that ride does not look sturdy.
You're stupid. You're gonna fall off and you're gonna die on a fair ride. How would that feel?
You know what? At the end of the day, I died doing something I enjoyed. So who cares?
Why don't you go? But you want to die on like the Hulk or the Spider-Man ride.
Oh, I'm like, wait till we get there before we start talking about the Hulk and the Spider-Man.
I don't trust them. Carney's built them. That's just as simple as it is.
Anyways, so when we were kids and stuff like that, what would you say? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, I was afraid of roller coasters. I'm not gonna lie for a second. I was afraid of roller coasters.
And we know we've talked about this, so I'll share my personal experience with. Okay.
No, I would say this. Save that because I know what personal experience you're referencing to. Save that for when we get to the big theme parks.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I'm not scared of roller coasters. I just don't like the anticipation of getting onto the roller coaster. But I'll save that more for real roller coasters, down in the later on we get to the real theme parks, past fairs. And
that's okay. That's fair. But getting back to just our initial fairgrounds and stuff like that. Again, I was afraid of roller coasters until and especially rides where you just had that big range of motion and stuff like that. I'm not gonna hold you. My favorite ride used to be when I was a little kid, the little swings that swing you around. You like that one?
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, those bang. Yeah, those was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. But then I experienced the zipper and that bang.
Is that the one that has the carts that flip as it goes around? No, nope, not doing it. Not getting on it. Carts are too small. I'm too big. I'm gonna fly off.
Where are you flying? You're in a cage.
But you're gonna die in the cage. Here's the thing. You know what? You ask anybody from this area and from most areas, people aren't going to the Firefighters Fair or any fair for the rides. They're going for food and they're going to play the games.
What?
When's the last time you went to the Firefighters Fair and got on a ride?
The last time I went to the Firefighters Fair.
Which was when?
I don't know because I don't go to fairgrounds like
Which
that.
Which was when?
What does it matter? Every time I've ever gone, I go for the rides. Maybe you do because you're afraid of the rides. Maybe you like the funnel cakes because you're a big.
I'm fat. Yeah, I'm fat. I like funnel cakes. Everyone likes a funnel cake. What? That's such a terrible take.
I didn't say nobody.
You're fat. You don't like funnel cakes?
I do like funnel.
Okay then, come on, man.
But I'm not going
specifically like that, baby.
I'm not going specifically for a funnel cake.
I might.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like the ride. I don't trust them.
Okay.
I'm just saying, in my circle at least, I know very few people that are getting on the rides.
This video is going to go an hour because we just can't get him off the fact that he won't go to fairground rides. It's so lame.
I guess if that's how you feel.
Christian's the guy who's supposed to go sitting there spending all his money on the throwing darts.
I'm hollering at the shorties.
To win a 10x12 picture of Michael Jackson.
Hollering at the shorties while this lame motherfucker... hang on. Run that back. I'm hollering at the shorties while loser over here is riding the Ferris wheel by himself. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that insane?
Wait, hold on. Are you scared to go on a Ferris wheel?
No, not at all. I'll get on.
All right. I just had to make that.
I'll get on the Ferris wheel. That's fine. Just like the zipper, the one that goes in a circle, I'm cool with, and the Viking ship. That goes like
Christian, I know who you are. You're the dude that sits there at the basketball one where they have the
trying to cash,
and you never
win. You're deep $80. Now you're deep $100, and you don't even know what you're playing for.
And then guess what? You leave the fairgrounds feeling like a loser.
Yep, and because you already spent $25 on the band, so now you're just giving this dude.
When I can spend $80 on an all-day ticket. And ride.
No, I'm not gonna lie though. No funny business, and so we can get off this fair topic and move on. But fine. No, genuinely, I just don't. I really don't trust fair rides. But I just am not a big fan of like rides that like are.
I will say, if you're gonna die at any ride like that or roller coaster, it'll be at a fairground.
Oh yeah, of course.
It'll be at a fairground.
Of course it will be. But yeah. So
okay. So then moving along, you know what I mean. You go from that, and I feel like living in Florida at least. Every kid's first experience with an actual amusement park,
go to
Disney. I mean, that's just the obvious one.
I have a hot take about Disney later on in the show.
I mean, I have a hot take about Disney right now.
Oh, yeah, we can get into it.
I mean, we're at this level.
Well, I mean, honestly, this is all subjective. At the end of the day, we talked about this a little bit.
Well, we could be objective about it, but I'm just sharing my subjective opinion. I don't view.
I mean, I don't think there's a way to be objective about these though, because like honestly, it's really just what you enjoy. On a personal level. So there's not really a way to be objective. Here's the thing is, we talked about this a little bit off camera. We were discussing what topics we want to talk about this week. And I said that Disney's, being from Florida, we have everything here. But me personally, I enjoy Disney the most. But that's because you know me, I'm not a big tall rides, roller coasters guy. So like Six Flags, Cedar Points, those wouldn't be for me. But like Disney, I enjoy the experience.
Christian enjoys being in the teacups, spinning the teacups.
Hell yeah, I go crazy in the teacups with a shorty. Wow, he's on the Hulk alone, like a loser.
Oh, fuck. Champ. But front row, baby. But beyond that, what I'll say about Disney is like, you enjoy Disney when you're kid. And the thing about Disney, they're so versatile. They're the only ones that have like so many different areas. You know,
of course.
You got like
4 parks.
Your Animal Kingdom.
5
you got Epcot. What's the other one?
Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot.
Hollywood Studios is the other one.
The main one. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Magic Kingdom.
I think I said Magic Kingdom.
No, you said Hollywood Studios, I think.
No, I said Magic Kingdom.
Is there 4 or 5 parks now? Oh, there's 5 with the water park.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They have so much, and it's all Disney.
The thing is, okay, look, bro. We talked about this, and I think the thing about Disney that's so captivating to so many people is that no matter what age range you are, everyone likes at least one Disney movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they have an experience for each Disney movie. Like, bro, like you can't go to Disney and not at least enjoy yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just a funny experience.
You have to be a miserable person.
Now, if you're going to rides, Disney's not the place to be. Yeah, they got some roller coasters. They got that little Mount Everest one. They got Space Mountain and all that type of mess. But really, if you want rides in Florida, at least you're going Busch Gardens or you're going Universal.
And I'll say this too. Universal's by far and away my favorite. And I've been to Universal more times than any other park. Here's the thing about Busch Gardens. Okay, everybody I know goes to Busch Gardens, and you know what I mean. That's the one place, for whatever reason, I never get the invite to.
I've never gone there either.
I've never gotten an invite to Busch Gardens, not once.
I don't even know anybody that's personally like gone in recent years.
No. I know plenty of people who've gone. My family members, you know, and they're like, "Oh, I went to Busch Gardens." I'm like, "Damn, why didn't you take me?"
They hate you.
It's not even that here's the thing. If they hated me, I wouldn't have gone to like Universal. It's just specifically Busch Gardens. No one's giving me an invite to Busch Gardens.
Scared of animals?
Never.
You gotta be a little. They must be.
Oh, but hold on. If we're talking about animals and theme parks, we cannot talk about how bad. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's kind of a South Florida thing, like near Stewart. But the Lion Country Safari.
I've never been there, but everyone knows about Lion Country.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was awesome. Now it is so bad.
What is it? It's just a big long car ride through.
It's basically a big long car ride through a bunch of different animals, and sometimes half the animals are not even out.
You mean like the thing they have at Animal Kingdom, like the whole point of Animal Kingdom
I've
is
never been to
animals.
Animal Kingdom specifically,
It's
but
literally that, but you get to walk through
but on a smaller scale, and it's a lot worse. But yeah, Lion Country Safari, it's bad.
I honestly forgot it was a thing until you mentioned it.
It's just something I don't even think about, but I've been there a couple
times. Is it really like where is it at in South Florida?
It's
like Miami area?
No, it's like more towards like between like West Palm and like Stewart, I think.
It's like an hour from here?
Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, going back into the big theme parks and stuff like that. Again, Disney, it's just, I feel like it's more catered to kids. So as I got older, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's something I feel like you grow out of necessarily.
That's a fair criticism, but honestly, I feel like nostalgia is plays a big part into it. Also, like once you like you said, you're a big rides guy.
Now it's not even just that, but you know what I mean. Universal is a theme park.
Well, I agree. They have a lot.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm sorry, but I like all those movies from Universal so much better than those Disney movies. I don't care, hot take or not. But Jurassic Park, bangs.
Do you want me to blind myself again?
Transformers, bangs.
Finding Nemo, bangs. Toy Story, bangs. Monsters Inc., bangs. That's just 3. All better than those?
Okay.
They didn't have to make 17 Monsters Inc. to make it good.
What Finding Nemo ride do they have?
They have a Finding Nemo exhibit, and
do they have
I'm pretty sure they have a
Monsters Inc. exhibit. I'm not calling.
Yeah, they do the comedy show, and I think they have a Finding Nemo like a simulation ride in Animal Kingdom.
But I mean, seriously speaking here, bro, come on now. Universal movies compared to Disney movies, I don't even think it's a question.
I mean, well, Universal, I think it is a question though. It depends on, it also caters to what you like. I mean, the thing is, like, I really like animated films. Like, I think they're very enjoyable. They're good, lighthearted. Easy to watch.
I'm not gonna lie, I do hate Harry Potter. Now that I think about it, I don't like Harry Potter, and that's like one of their biggest attractions.
But the attraction at Universal Harry Potter is insane.
Of course,
it's super hard, bro.
Of course it is, and then again, bro, we got to talk about it. You know, moving off of just the fact of which ones we like best and stuff like that. We got to talk about why don't you like roller coasters? How could How could you say that you like theme parks and go your whole life and being like, oh, I did this, I did that, and then not like roller coasters?
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't dislike roller coasters. It's the anticipation of getting on the roller coaster that I don't like. Like sitting in the line, and those roller coasters are always the most packed parts of a theme park. So you're sitting in line for an hour and a half. I don't get excited. I'm like, oh no, this is about to be bad. Like, I'm about to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to be too fast. It's about to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I get on it, and I really enjoy going on the ride. But the thing is, like, there was one year I went to Disney with my family a long time ago. And I threw all caution to the wind. I just said, I'm going to get on every ride they want me to get on. So I got on all of them, and I enjoyed every single one of them. But, like, when it comes to, like, when I look at that Rockin' Rip It roller coaster or whatever at Universal, that does not appeal to me. Like, I don't want to be that high up in there. That's just a thing with me. I don't.
You're a grown man.
So?
Get on that roller coaster and ride it. Have some fun.
You're a grown man. You're 5 feet tall.
And guess what?
Grow
I
some
still enjoy roller coasters.
You know what? I don't enjoy looking at you.
You're just an angry man.
No, you make me angry.
You're just hateful of the world.
You make me angry. I love the world.
You don't like roller coasters. You just hate the world.
That's such a terrible take.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, Christian. As far as other theme parks go, I know people talk about SeaWorld like they love SeaWorld.
Wish I had a drink to slap.
But I can't get down with SeaWorld. I just can't.
I've heard really mixed reviews. I mean, I've heard really mixed things about their policy on treating how they treat animals.
It's just the animals thing, dude. I just can't get down with that, and it's such a double-edged sword, because I'm sure that they take good care of the animals, but
they don't
I'm
deserve
specifically
the
speaking on the specifically the orcas and the bigger ones. You know what I mean? You can't. It's just like when we're in quarantine. People don't want to be in quarantine.
Right, and animals don't want to be in their own version of quarantine.
Even if they've grown up in them, it's just they could be living so much better.
And the thing is, I actually went to SeaWorld recently, later last year for my first time ever. Mm-hmm. It's really just okay. They've got those 3 big coasters. Like they've got the Kraken and the Mako.
You definitely don't go there for the rides.
No, you go there for it. You want to talk about something that's catered to kids?
Really?
Yeah, I would agree. It's a lot of the roller coasters. They've all got great reviews, but the thing is the thing. It's really cool for younger kids, especially. It's cool for anyone to see a dolphin do a backflip. You know what I'm saying? Everyone
they do backflips.
And when you see a killer whale do a backflip, it's nuts. I'm not gonna lie. You can't lie about that. But the thing is when you're 8 and you see that, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? You're freaking out because you're like, Holy shit, I've never seen a whale before.
Yeah, no, I could get down with that. But
and he does a backflip?
Yeah.
But it's just, I agree with you.
I'm a big fan of aquariums and zoos, though. You know what I mean? It's just specifically SeaWorld with the orcas.
Would you consider aquariums and zoos theme parks?
No.
What would you, just attractions?
Because they're not theme parks. Because parks
like have a theme, I guess. So.
And they have rides. That's
so what would you consider? What would you consider aquariums and zoos then? Just attractions?
Attractions, exactly.
Okay.
That's the best word. I wasn't gonna have a word, but that fits the description. Attractions. Okay. But oh man, I'm not gonna lie though. When we're back to talking about like Universal, because it's my favorite park, I have some pretty bad stories. Like even though it's my favorite and I've been there so many times.
We both have the same story, and you're.
I'm gonna start off with my first little story about a Universal and a bad trip. So, my father at the time was with somebody that we hated. Like, we did not like her whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Everything that she did just pissed us off. Uh-huh. So one day, and I was a kid in school, especially, I would say after middle school, you know what I mean, I didn't care as much about school and stuff like that. Yeah. But 8th grade, I was in an IB program, advanced classes and stuff like that. So I generally cared about school to some capacity. So one morning, we get up, and we're getting in, you know, they're about to drop us off at school or whatever. It's my dad, my sister, me, and her. Mm-hmm. But, so we're on the way there, and then all of a sudden, he starts, like, going towards 95, like, we're not going to the school. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what's happening? What are we doing? Don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, where are we going? And I'm getting gradually more pissed off because I just want to go to school. I don't want to be late. We're already half an hour late.
Weird kid.
But no, I'm upset at this point. And plus, I hate her, and I don't want to be around her.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
So I'm in the car, and at this point, I'm seething. I'm like Alan was on the show.
Yeah, you're just pissed.
I'm just seething. Yeah. At this point, I'm like, I'm about to jump out this car and walk myself to school. Like, I'm just so upset. Mm. And they literally like, oh my God, we're going to have to lock the car doors because he's about to jump out of this car right now and walk to school. We're going to have to find some way. They're like, we don't even want to stop at the red light because I just wanted to get out. But anyway, so like an hour later, we finished eating IHOPs in another city. And
we went all the way to another city for IHOP?
Well, there's no IHOP in Sebastian.
There was one in Vero.
Yeah, but why would we go back when we're going to Orlando?
I guess that's... But you should have figured out by then, though.
No, but we're on our way, you know, arms crossed, I'm pissed off. So we eat there, because then at the point, he's like, oh, we're just getting breakfast, and then we're dropping you off back at school. Which
pissed you off even more, because you're like, at this point, just let me stay home.
So we get to IHOP, and I'm like, I don't want anything. I didn't get a drink. I didn't get food.
You didn't take advantage of the free meal?
No. I was so pissed. If you've never been that pissed, you just wouldn't understand it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess it was just...
I wanted to be a spiteful little boy.
Yeah, no, you were being a sense... It was pride at that point.
Yeah, and then at this point, and then they're like, we're going to Universal. And I was like...
Oh, nice.
I was like, really? You're going to make jokes about this now? No. And then I just looked like a dirtbag because I was
you acted like such an asshole the whole entire trip.
Such a douche.
And you were just like... And now they're trying to surprise you, and you're like, oh, that makes sense. But now you seem like a real...
And I had a great day. Great time.
Of course you did.
But that's not the worst story.
Oh man, I can't. I've been waiting to share this story with the world.
All right, you ready for this story?
Yeah, let's get it. And then.
All right, so we fast forward now. This is my senior year, and it's Grad Bash. If you guys don't know about Grad Bash, I mean, I think every state has it, right?
I think every school has ever has Grad Bash.
So Grad Bash, you go on a trip to Universal
or
wherever you're going. But ours obviously Florida Universal. So we go in there. And at the time, I was.
Don't also forget they rent the park out for the high schoolers. So it's nobody but high schoolers there.
Yeah.
So it's all the graduating class of all the schools in that area. Isn't all the schools in that area?
No, they do certain days like Vero.
Okay, that's right. Was it just us in there?
No, we had a couple other schools.
That's right. So but keep in mind, it's only high schoolers in here. So there's no cushion of other people. When you hear this story, it'll make sense.
Okay. All right. But so anyways, so I was really close with this girl at the time. She was like one of my best friends. So, anyways, we're on the bus ride there, you know what I mean? And I was very interested in her, you know what I mean? I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in a relationship with her, but that's a whole nother story for another day.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're on the bus, we're having a real good time, we're getting there, you know what I mean? And just everything was a good mood. It all felt right, I guess is the best way to put it. But, so anyways, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I was just feeling the mood and stuff like that. So then we get to the park. I have to make a decision. Am I going to go with her and her, one friend, because she really wanted me to go with her, or should I go with my boys? And I was like, and
tell them what you did.
So I decided I was going to ride rides and stuff with her. Don't cancel me.
It always comes back around. Watch what happens. You just wait to see what happens. Go ahead.
So we're going around and stuff like that. She started holding my hand going around the park. So again, mixed signals, things like that. It just was a really good time. She bought me food and this like that. We're going on rides. For whatever reason, my back started killing me. I mean, like, it was hurting. And it was just sore and stuff like that. And I was really, upset. No kidney stone. But anyway, so we're going through all these rides and stuff. And, we're just having a good time. So, for whatever reason, Sean Paul was our performer at Grad Bash. Sean Paul, people, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Like, this is 2018.
So many people, they could have chosen anybody. I would have took a budget artist over Sean Paul. Don't get me wrong, Sean Paul has hits, but who's going to Universal for Sean Paul?
Not I.
I missed it. I didn't even go.
But so anyways, we get to the concert, right? Because that's essentially what it is. It's the mini concert.
Mm-hmm.
So we get up there, the music playing, and it's Spanish music, essentially. So like, rhythm and you're grooving and stuff like that. So we start dancing and stuff like that, and I'm behind her. I put my hands on her hips, and for like a couple seconds, we're just dancing, and then she takes my hands and she just like kind of shoves them away. So I'm like, okay. And again, my back's killing me, so that was it. That was deaded. You know what I mean? She didn't want to dance. It was over. So I told her, I'm like, hey. So anyway, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go stand over here because my back's killing me, right? Mm-hmm. So I go over to a tree and there's no seats. For whatever reason, I couldn't find a bench in Universal or one that wasn't occupied.
Yeah.
So I'm posting up against the tree, and this concert took forever. It was like an hour and a half long.
How many songs could he be performing?
What is going on, Sean Paul? And then the best part is he didn't even play Temperature.
That was the one. That was the one. That was wrong.
Didn't even play Temperature.
That was super wrong. Crazy.
I hate that guy personally. I don't like him.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Sean Paul, he's got a message for you.
So continuing on. So after the concert, apparently she was looking for me. Yada yada yada. She finds me. She's like, man, this kind of rubbed me the wrong way because she goes, these guys were trying to grind up on me and you weren't there for me. I was like, what? I was like, I'm not your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Why are you mad at me?
Yeah, why is that my responsibility? What she want you to do? Be like, hey, get off my friend.
And so anyways, her friend ran off with some other dudes or whatever. All that jazz. So me and her were alone at this point. So we walk over, we get one of them big old like Simpson donuts and we share it and everything. And it just felt so magical. And here it comes.
You didn't say magical.
Here it comes.
Before this part of the story happens.
So it was the mood it felt right, but it felt a little off because she was kind of like angry at me about that, and then just mixed emotions. It just seemed like the night was getting back on track now after that whole Sean Paul event.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get the big donut, we're walking back, and one thing led to another. I went in for a kiss, didn't get a kiss. So no,
I heard this story so many times.
I
was there for it, but it still hurts.
So it didn't go the way I planned, and yeah, I messed up. So after that, it was very awkward, and at that point, my phone was getting low. My battery on my phone was getting low, and I told her I'm like,
here it comes.
And her friend wasn't back there. I said at this point, I'm gonna see what Cam's doing. And oh man,
should have just did that from the beginning. She should have just did that from the beginning, right? Should have just said what we were doing from the beginning.
And
what happened?
Bad choices, consequences.
No, come on.
So anyways, at that point, she thinks that what I was saying, and this is horribly it was completely misconstrued. Because what I was not telling, I was gonna wait for her friend to get back so she could link up with her friend. You know what I mean? And I just was gonna leave her alone for the night.
Mm-hmm.
The way she took it is I was saying, go fuck yourself, have fun alone. I'm gonna go have fun with my friends, and I'm leaving you alone.
Crazy. That's insane, bro. This story, that's the part that obsessed me. It gets me so mad every time you tell this story because
but listen,
you literally did nothing wrong.
It gets worse. Well, I mean, I went in and I just took it the wrong way.
But the thing is,
that's my own fault.
Bro, real quick on a side note, if you feeling it, and I know we like to joke about it, but you went in for a kiss. Who wants to be around the person they just got rejected by on a kiss? I don't want to be around you for the rest of the night. That's so weird.
That's
fair.
What I'm
saying? But especially if you're giving me the vibes you want to be romantic all night. You're holding my hand. You're buying me food, whoop whoop, etc. etc. You know what you're doing, and then you want me to. You're making it known that that's what you want. And I go in for a kiss, you reject me, and then you get mad because I want to distance myself.
But the thing was, whatever. So she took it the whole wrong way, like I was gonna leave her alone. Her friend ends up coming back, and I have to tell her friend, I'm like, hey, look, I'm like, because at this point she's done talking. She will not talk to me. She's so angry and pissed off at me. Doesn't want to look at me, and so I told her friend, I was like, this is a bad situation. I'm like, as Christian taking it up, I got to go. So, bro, but my phone's dead. I can't call Cam. There's like no bad service, etc., etc. Can't get in touch with anybody. My phone's dying, and so I'm walking with this big stupid donut in my hand, and
Didn't you finish
it. So I'm walking, and we're walking. To, she's ahead of me. She's not talking to me or anything like that. At a certain point, she turns around and goes, "Why the are you still following us?" And I was like,
in front of everyone.
In front of
everyone. That's
everybody in the park screamed it at me, and I was just like,
keep in mind, all high schoolers, like I said.
So I looked at her friend. I was like, "Here's the donut. I'm gone.
I got to go."
So I leave. Phone dies. We're there at Universal for like 2.5 more hours.
It was horrendous.
So I'm by myself at Universal. I looked for my boys and everything. Didn't find nobody. I was stuck at Universal alone. And then we get back on the bus. I'm like, "Will you just sit down next to me?" No. And then I was like, "Can I at least get like 2 minutes?" You got 2 minutes. And then I'm done explaining. I'm like, "Will you come sit with me now?" No. And then she ended up taking me home after we got back to school and whatever. But yeah, I spent 2.5 hours at Universal alone by myself with a dead phone. Nothing to do but lay down and wait till we had to leave.
Now, if you were not aware of me making it very clear before, I was also there. And I have a way better version of the same story. So all those details leading up prior to her getting to the point where she rejects Dobby, we'll do right. You heard all those details, right? So I'm with my homeboy, one of my homeboys who was there with me, graduating class.
It was Cam.
It was Cam. Oh, they wouldn't know who that is. But yeah, one of our homeboys, his name is Cam. And we're sitting there, right? And we're all night, we're like, where's Dobby at, bro? Like, we didn't call you Dobby back then, but we were like, where's Dobby at? And we're like looking around, we're like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? We were with 3 other people actually. Yeah. So all of a sudden, we're walking through like near the Harry Potter section. And all of a sudden,
go ahead, come on.
We see this girl, right? The aforementioned girl. We're like, oh, well, she'll probably know where Dobby is. So we walk up to her and we're like, blank. We're like, do you know where Dobby is? And she's like, no. She's like, nope. And I'm like, do you know what? Well, I was like, what do you mean, no? He was with you all night. And she was like, no, something happened. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, is he dead? Like, we thought he was dead. So we're like, what happened? And she's like, oh, man. She goes, he tried to kiss me. And we lost it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life. Me and Cam was going crazy in the middle of Universal. It was, because if you knew all the backstory leading up to Grad Bash, it was even funnier because it was just this terrible, terrible thing that was going on throughout the entire school year, and it all led up to this culmination of Dobby going for a kiss at Grad Bash and him getting completely curved. So we were looking and we were like, he tried to do what? And she was laughing with us at this point. She's like, yeah, he tried to kiss me. And I was like, he tried to kiss you? And then she was like, and then he ran off. So we imagined, from what we knew is Dobby went in for a kiss. She was like, whoa. And then Dobby just turned around and booked that bitch like slid. So we were like on our ass, bro, laughing so hard.
But that's such a, for what actually happened, her screaming at me and telling me to get off.
Of course she's not going to say that part.
Right.
But the thing is, now we know that.
You picture me just skirting away.
The way we imagined it is that Dobby was going for the, and she was like, whoa, Dobby, slow, you got too much dip on your shit, big dog. And then Dobby just turned around and was like, this is embarrassing, and just booked, bro, like from court to court type run, like he's trying to win something. So this dude's flying down Universal. That's what we're thinking, right? So then, like he said, me and Cam found it the funniest thing we've ever heard. So we're laughing about it the whole night. Everyone in the group's laughing at this point. Dobby's probably miserable somewhere. And now we're like, holy shit, where is he? He's probably just sitting in a corner of Universal somewhere, trying to find a charger. So we were like,
no charger.
So we were like, we didn't know where it was. So we were like, well, I hope we were like, did Dobby go home? Did he find someone to drive up to Orlando and take him home? So we didn't know what was going on. And then, like he said, we get all back on the bus. Me and Cam living it up. We had a stupid night. You know what I'm saying? We're going crazy. So we get back on the bus, right, and we see Dobby come in.
No, I was there. I was there before anybody.
Oh, that's right. No, we walked in and saw Dobby on the bus, and he was like just sitting there, like sad as hell, like just sitting there, like, ooh, like just.
I was had such a horrible
and
night.
Me and Cam fell out all over again. We started laughing so hard, and then of course, you know, being the people we are, because that's just how our relationship is.
But it was so funny from my perspective, looking back on it, because like every 2 seconds, you would see Cam and Christian look over the seats, like, like, you know, like peeking over the seats to see what was going on.
Do you remember what we said to you?
No.
We were like, Dobby, why don't you go sit with her? And you were like, no, come on, bro. She thought it was funny. I guess she found pain. I can't think of happiness out of your pain. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. But like, yeah, she was sitting there.
That's so wrong.
It's crazy, bro. But no, oh my gosh, I was losing it, bro. Like, that was the funniest thing. I've had a lot of funny experiences happen to me at like theme parks, because you know something always goes wrong at a theme park.
Of course.
But damn, that was so. Because the last thing we expected her to say is Dobby tried to kiss me. Like, that's the... Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't a move you usually pull. No. But you were like, oh, it's grab bash. I'm feeling it. I'm about to go nuts. You know what I'm saying? And then, all of a sudden, you go for the kiss, and we just pictured you running away from her. Like, trying to find us. That was what we thought your next move would be. But yeah, we saw you on the bus, and we were like, oh, man, Dobby's going through it. But yeah, no, that was by far... That's probably... We still... That happened 2018, and we still talk about that. Like, it happened yesterday.
So funny, bro.
It was so damn funny.
Oh, man. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up our video for today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more content and stories like this, because we got plenty of them.
Oh, man, we got way better ones than this one.
Go ahead and check out the Patreon page.
Yeah, make sure you do that.
Make sure you tap into that. Yeah, try. It's a great experience.
Because, yeah, I mean, aside from them just donating us, we want to give back to people who support the channel. So we thought that was better than just a regular donation.
And if you have any ideas for our Patreon page and extra things we could include and stuff like that, leave your comments, thoughts down below.
And still, also remember, we are still looking for people who are interested in being on the show.
Diversity. We need
different insights, and we can figure it out. Like, even if it doesn't have to be even an in-person thing. It could be like, we can figure something out. I know everyone's going crazy about this Rona thing, so we can figure out Zoom calls or Skype calls or anything like that. We can figure out how to make that work. But just keep that in mind. Anyone who wants to be on the show and actually has insightful things to say, just, hit us up.
Hit us up. Leave it in the comments. Love you guys. I'm Dobby.
I'm Christian.
And this is As the Ice Breaks.